Hey everyone, this is the Dark Knight of Games here, back again with another video. This is like a review on a comic I read. It's recent, Batman 3 Jokers. A lot of people have been waiting a while for this, including me. Ever since I first heard that Geoff Johns was planning on making a story explaining Joker's phases throughout comic history by just listing it off as 3 characters, it really interested me, you know? It's been about 2-3 years since they announced this would happen, and they finally released it. And the comic itself, kind of, like, it's not really happening at the same time as everything else, I'd say. Like the rest of Rebirth. I'm pretty sure some authors of DC recently, well, probably in 2017, stated that most of their comics in Rebirth don't actually happen at the same time. So that could explain how something like Doomsday Clock and or Death Metal can get released around the same time. It's because they're like all happening at different parts of the timeline. Now, would it be less confusing if they just, released them all at the time they were actually happening? I don't know, but I think this comic actually is taking place around the same time as Doomsday Clock, not like maybe before or after is what I'm saying. Because essentially what you have here is Batman in a classic costume with the yellow signal on his suit. We haven't seen that for a while, except in Doomsday Clock, which I actually haven't read. I've just seen a few issues of it, like on the internet, pictures, the illustrations, and artwork. So I kind of noticed that in that comic, Batman really looks like a classic variation of his normal look, and Alfred's alive as well in the main run. Joker War and all that. He's dead, so I think there's a lot of stuff going on here. Essentially, what happens in the comic, if you're wondering, is, like I said, it's revealed that there's 3 Jokers the whole time, but right now they just go on a killing spree, One kills members of the crime organization that organized Batman's parents' death. So there's that. Then another just really decides to kill a comedian on a live stream, which is pretty dark. Especially the way he killed the comedian, but I'm not gonna just list that because I like to keep this channel for everyone, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Then I believe the last one, the clown. You have the criminal, the comedian, and the clown. The criminal killed the Moxon family. The comedian killed, well, the comedian. And the clown killed 3 people at Ace Chemical. I call it Ace Chemicals, but in the comic they didn't say it plural, so at Ace Chemical, they actually, well, the clown, he killed 3 people, and he kind of bleached their skin in a sort of graphic way, and then he dressed them in a classic Red Hood outfit. So it's pretty interesting in the way that they killed them. Everyone's like, how can this be happening? There must be 3 of them. So essentially what happens next is Batgirl and Bruce, they both go to examine the case of the 3 men found dead at Ace Chemical. Then Jason, he catches wind of this, and that's why I really don't think this is happening at the same time as everything else in DC, because Jason right now is kind of an outlaw, plus his look is completely different. All their looks are different, mainly. So, yeah. Makes no sense in that perspective. Definitely happening at a different time than everything else in Rebirth. Well, not Rebirth, right now in DC. I think Rebirth ended a bit ago. I'm not too sure. So, they go to investigate the 3 victims of the Joker attack, I guess you could say. And eventually, Jason catches wind of that, and he tries to interrogate the victim. But Batman and Batgirl are both like, whoa, you can't interrogate the victim. He's on the brink of death because he was infected with, you know, like his skin was bleached and he was infected with Joker's nerve gas. Well, not like the Joker toxin, really. So he's pretty much going crazy. Then, after they all meet up and decide to work together to catch the clown, to find where the vat of Ace chemical liquid went, it's actually revealed that the three Jokers had a meeting in a cabin somewhere, and they're like, oh, we're gonna make a new one. Yeah, like they can do that. It's actually kind of strange how they're gonna make a new one, but I'm interested to see where they go with that. Then, after this chain of events, they find out that the clown, the version of the Joker they're after for the Ace Chemical murder, he's holed up at the Gotham Aquarium. So they try to find him. What happens next is they pretty much get into a fight with Joker's old sidekick, Gaggy. If you're not like a huge fan, you won't remember him. I am a huge fan. I didn't remember this guy, so he's fairly old, I'd say. Hasn't appeared in anything, but he was Joker's first sidekick before Harley Quinn came along. So it's interesting in that aspect. Then we have someone like, I'd say, every character in this book has some damage with Joker, and it seems like this version of Joker is the one who caused each issue. Well, maybe not this version, but for Jason, it's definitely this version. Then, now we were at the aquarium, so basically, there's a shark and a giant tank of Joker toxin, and Jason essentially kills Gaggy, and then they capture that other version of the Joker, and Batman goes to investigate another report of a crime committed by the Joker, which we all know can't be happening unless there's two of them right now, so two of them are active. The only one who isn't is the comedian, so I think we're going to find out where he is sooner rather than later. Well, maybe next issue. So, Batman's gone, and that the version of Joker they captured, the clown, is tied up. And Jason's essentially like, I'm gonna kill this dirtbag. And Batgirl's like, no, don't kill him. Oh my goodness, don't do it, Jason. But Jason goes through with it anyway. However, what's interesting here is this version of Joker recalls exactly what Jason said when he was begging for his life. He's like, you said you'd be my Robin, and you already have, because you bring misery to Batman's life by killing criminals. I'm so proud of you. And then Jason just kills that version of Joker. And then, what's interesting here is that Batgirl actually, though she tried to stop Jason, she missed. Like, she was throwing a batarang and she missed. No biggie, right? It could have been an accident. Yeah, no. Jason's like, when's the last time you missed, Barbara? And she's like, darn you, Jason. And that's the end of the issue. And then Jason just says, in case anyone's wondering, Jason Todd, that's the Red Hood. Barbara Gordon, that's Batgirl. Bruce, that's Batman. I mean, if you're not a comic book fan, just letting you know, okay? If you are, which most people watching this video probably will be, because this is a huge comic event, so I assume you guys would know who that is. I'm just informing. Now, where was I at in the story? Yeah, so we're at the end here. That version of Joker's dead, and Jason's like, I hope I shot the right one. Now, I love this issue. I thought it was unique in many aspects. It's one of the first comics I've read lately. Only recently have I actually went to a comic book retailer near me, so I'm getting back out in the open a little bit. I think we all are, pretty much. But I'm not sure if it's going to stay that way. It's tough times right now. I'm going to give this comic a 9 out of 10. I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10 because some stuff in it still confuses me, but it's a good hook, so you should definitely pick it up if you're interested in Batman or Joker. But if you're going to do that, I would say you should probably start out with, I believe it was the Darkseid War. That was where it was revealed that there were 3 Jokers, and it was sprinkled into Rebirth, so if you want to pick those up, you can, but you don't have to. It essentially tells you the plot right away. There's really nothing to it. It's just like there's 3 Jokers, so... I mean, you do have to kind of know a bit of Batman history, but people casually do, so you can just read it if you're not a big fan. If you are, this comic is going to be a blast for you. It's got references everywhere to almost every piece of Batman lore, and it's crazy. So, 9 out of 10, that's my review of this comic. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully my gameplay was a little bit better this time. I have trouble talking and playing. I'm going to have to figure out how to input footage and put my voice over it. But until now, I'd say I perfected this process. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and this comic. You know, just pick it up where you can. It's pretty good. Well, pretty great, actually. So, yeah, have a good day, and peace out.